It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show right here on S3. It's your Monday morning and I'm looking forward to this one. The OGs, they are a dance group of 7 members who entered the dancing scene during the 80s and 90s. And of course, their style of dancing, as I've mentioned earlier on, is called freestyle, boogie, burn, dancing. This morning we find out a little bit more about them before they're going to be showing off their moves and getting us all into that dancing spirit. And joining us right now, we have Neil and Tino going to chat to us with the rest of the group. Neil, Tino, lekker, welcome guys to everyone. It's lucky to have you here.
Thanks.
So first of all, let's start with the outfits. Is this the uniform that you've stayed with?
Amongst others, this is the inspiration. Yeah.
The inspiration.
This is the basic colours that the dancing started out with the dancing culture in the 80s. It started with black and white because this is to break all barriers.
Yeah.
Because this is not only a cultural thing, a heritage thing. This is for us a way to break the barriers in the 80s. So, you know, there's not a black thing, it's not a white thing, it's not a colored thing, it's an everybody thing.
It's an everybody thing. And the OGs, the original
Black and
gangsters, man. Yeah, black and white, we love it. So the average age of the OGs is 50 years and over. So all of you guys are there. And you've been dancing, like I mentioned, the 80s, the 90s. I mean, what is it? You still do it today. What is keeping that fire burning for you guys to still do it even now?
Well, we've stopped. All of us have stopped. And, you know, gone on with our lives.
And then you missed it so much.
But then, yeah, and then you just see this original stuff, because this style of dance is original Cape Townian. It's a Western Cape thing. It's born, bred in Cape Town. And we just couldn't stand by and see this style of ours just die out.
So how would you kind of describe it? Freestyle, boogie, burn.
Okay, when it started out in the 80s, it started out as boogie, boogie, burn. Okay,
Boogie, burn.
Yeah, in the early to mid 80s. And one of the first groups that on the scene was the Boogie Boys. Okay, part of the Boogie Boys was one of the other OG members. We have non-dancing OG members like Irshan, aka Crazy, Passy, aka Mad Max, and Vincent, aka Wise Guy. Everybody has a street name because your street name is your identity.
So what's your street name?
Used to be Phantom and Fresh. I had many, but the most common one is Fresh.
Fresh.
Yeah, and
Yes.
I would just like to add, I don't know how fresh you can be after 52. and then on that, there's this curly. It's like tattoos. Once you have it, it sticks. His name is Curly. He doesn't have hair anymore. He's completely bald. I'll show them.
Curly.
But he stays curly.
I want to talk about your nickname though, because where does this come from? Angel.
I'm Angel because I'm extremely I'm an
angelic.
angel. I'm an angel. But
It's the way you move.
I thought I wouldn't age. Apparently, I can feel it.
And then what happened?
I'm feeling it.
It's because of your flair. Because of you as an individual, you have your own flair, your own style, your own characteristic. Yeah. When Angel dances, it was like he's levitating.
Floating.
Yeah, he's floating.
Yeah, that's the old angel.
Is it? But I mean, you're talking about this, I mean, with old age, I mean, come on, you guys look amazing, just by the way. But I mean,
thank you,
from a fitness perspective, I mean, dancing the way you guys do, I mean, what are you experiencing? Especially because we always say, when we get older, I mean, you never stop moving. And that's one thing you guys don't do.
Okay. I did say as we stopped.
Yeah. But then you realize.
Then I gained weight.
Uh-huh.
I have lost, as I'm sitting here, 25 kgs.
Come again?
25
Really?
kgs down after like plus 8 months plus 25 kgs down.
Yeah.
All these guys I've seen get smaller. So yeah, I don't know if they're checking it out or weighing themselves, but they look much lighter than when we started out.
Well, I'm sure we'll understand when we see you dancing a little bit later on, which is amazing. How much time do you guys spend rehearsing, working on your routines?
Well, we practice on a Tuesday and Thursday mostly, but it's difficult because some of the guys work shifts. So we try and push in as much time on a Tuesday and a Thursday evening, sometimes 3-4 hours, and sometimes weekends we go into overtime, especially because the amount of shows that we do. So we have to stay on top of a game all the time.
So talking about that, I mean, the OGs, I mean, people, so do you guys perform, do you perform corporates or what do you guys do and how do we get hold of you?
We do all kinds of events. We do, man, your funeral, hire us. Funeral, weddings, bachelorettes, we do it.
Yeah.
We do it. We've got a couple of couple of events coming up. It is it's a lot. Let me think about this. It's the 27th in?
27th, we're doing it, Image was playing at the Rocklands. We're doing a show with RSB charity. It's the Retro 80s party.
Nice.
And the 29th, we are part of the Cape Town Freestyle Dance Association as well, which started earlier this year. The idea is to revive freestyle because Cape Town freestyle, you get different types of freestyle, but this is Cape Town freestyle. It only not denotes where it started, it's the type of dancing. So if somebody say freestyle, we say Cape Town freestyle, then oh, we know that type of dancing since the 80s.
Right.
And it has evolved quite a bit over the years.
Okay.
And we have other groups as well that's been resurrected, like Blade Squad, Equations, Identity, CIA. These guys are all legends.
A lot, yeah.
And
Look,
we're also doing this because we have a lot of fallen heroes, you know. So we think of them all the time.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's names we cannot mention now. That's a completely different show. Guys that that has been there just before us, but we've had the privilege to be with them as well. So yeah, and then we've got the 29th is in Paul.
And
then it's the 7th, the 27th of October is in Vienna Waterfront.
The amphitheater.
And then it's the 29th and the 30th of November, Cape Town Wave Theatre.
Die dagboeke is vol, die dagboeke is vol. Julle is lekker. Listen, we're going to see what these guys are all about in just a bit. We're also going to engage a little bit of a workout for 50 years and plus. If that's you, stick around. It's coming your way in just a bit.